My name is Julie Dressel. I'm one of the owners of La Poche Salon in Clearwater. Back in February of 2018, I was involved in an automobile accident on US 19 in Palm Harbor. The airbag on the bottom of the dashboard snapped across the front of my knees. It was a few months later that I realized that I was having difficulty walking. So I was having my tri-weekly visits to my chiropractor because of the accident, and one day when I walked in there, he said to me, "What's wrong with you? It looks like you're having trouble walking." And I told him my knees and my hips were bothering me. So he suggested I do an MRI, and I knew I needed some help, and I wanted another opinion on my MRI and my x-rays. So I went to Dr. Alexander. First of all, he's very easy to talk to. He's personable. He was always happy to see me. He and his staff were both, these are the steps that you need to take. About a year and a half into it, I said to him, okay, what's the next step? And surgery was ultimately gonna be what I needed anyways. He told me from the very beginning. So we then started talking about surgery, and it would be a full knee replacement on my left knee. It was easy. It is the word I'm thinking of. I was in there in the morning, and I was at home and in my bed that afternoon. They didn't stop once calling me to see how I was feeling. They had me up and around the next day with one of his personal physical therapists, and he came and visited me 2 to 3 times a week for the first 2 weeks until I was able to drive and get to my own physical therapist. They were on it. They had already pre-booked my follow-up appointments. They made me feel comfortable and at home, and they monitored me. And the physical therapist afterwards, he was so nice and explained everything to me and told me what my goals were, and I reached those goals. But a few months later, I had to have a full hip replacement done, and he did that as well. He suggested I do treatments like I did with my knee and try and avoid the surgery, but I just looked right at him and I said, "No, doctor, please fix me. Fix it," because I was in a lot of pain. What more can I say? I did 2 surgeries in 1 year, and they were on top of it, and they were there for me and explained everything to me, and I feel great now. I feel great, and I'm getting around like I did prior to my accident. I just have to thank all of them. They were all so helpful to me, and I appreciate everything they've done for me.